you! Take her! She's empty!
Ready to go now?
Yes.
Alright guys, so let me make you a pitch. Okay, picture a remake of the original Onimusha Warlords, but it's going to be sort of a cross between Sekiro and Resident Evil 4 Remake. It's going to have Resident Evil 4 Remake style and graphics, and what looks to be a slower but heavier parry system of Resident Evil 4 mixed with Sekiro. What I just described to you is what appears to be the new Onimusha trailer. That is Onimusha Way of the Sword, and I gotta say, I'm pretty hyped for it. It looks quite good. So I am a massive fan of most of what Capcom does, like most of the Resident Evils, some of the fighting games, Dino Crisis, etc. Usually more survival horror, so I am familiar with the original Onimusha, and at least one of its sequels, Onimusha 2, the one with the parry. Both of those games are actually really, really good, and more of a fixed camera angle style, slightly slower, slash 'em up / survival horror. They're good games. If I pitch to you like a fixed camera angle, hack 'em up, slash 'em up, survival horror, you'd probably picture something like Devil May Cry, but it's sort of slower than that, and more deliberate than that. This one looks to be mixed sort of with Sekiro, but with updated sort of gameplay. So it'd be sort of similar to something like Resident Evil 2 Remake or Resident Evil 4 Remake, where it's still got the slower sort of third-person handling. They've done away with fixed camera angles, and it'd have some sort of parry system similar to Resident Evil 4 Remake or Sekiro. Quite frankly, it looks awesome. Love the art style. I was never a big fan of Neo or those games, even though I was a big fan of Sekiro. I'm pretty sure it's going to go in the direction of Sekiro / Resident Evil 4 Remake. It just looks very good. It's also got me hyped for other reasons, of course. Like, with this, the latest remake of a really old Capcom IP, Capcom survival horror IP, it's literally a fucking matter of time before they do Dino Crisis and Dino Crisis 2. And those games are ripe for a remake. Particularly in like the grittier, darker Resident Evil 4 Remake, Resident Evil 2 Remake style, with sort of updated areas and that sort of thing. They won't be able to go wrong with it. It's going to be like awesome. Even some of the fan attempts to update Dino Crisis, like the fan-made ones that use like, similar engines to Resident Evil 2 Remake and that sort of thing, even they look pretty good. And yeah, it's just, the opening of Resident Evil 2 Remake was so good that just the cold open, walking into the gas station, the horror element of it, the dude who's bleeding out, who can't quite talk, points you to the back room where the dude's wrestling with the zombie, just the cold open of that. But with Dino Crisis, just the blood everywhere, the dismembered bits everywhere, the torn up fences, the torn up bodies, just the cold open of that is just going to be so well executed. It's probably going to help carry the pace for most of the game. And that's probably on the horizon. But enough of, Dino Crisis and Dino Crisis 2. We've got Onimusha, and what we've got appears to be awesome. It'll be interesting to see how they go with it in terms of gameplay, whether they go say something like Ghost of Tsushima, where you switch back and forward between the sword and the bow, literally on the fly with different buttons, or whether it is like the original Onimusha, which had guns and bows, but you had to pause and equip them from the menu in order to use them. It didn't force you into melee combat, you had like ranged options. Either way, it'll be interesting to see how it goes from there. But yeah, look, Capcom, what's their most recent record? What have they got? They've got Dragon's Dogma 2, Resident Evil Village, Resident Evil 4 Remake, Resident Evil 3, Resident Evil 2 Remake. Resident Evil 3 some people don't like. It was fine, it was kind of short, but, you know, not bad or anything. Resident Evil 2 Remake was probably 9.5 out of 10. Resident Evil 4 Remake probably outdid the original Resident Evil 4 and is like 9.5 out of 10. It's probably better just because of the more serious tone and the better gameplay mechanics with the new parry. But yeah, like that's a hell of a run. They've just in the last couple of years they've made some of the best games ever made. So yeah, I'm not expecting failure from them. Also, can we just point out, not fucking woke at all, has a fucking Japanese dude, didn't blackwash it, didn't woman wash it, didn't bloody Assassin's Creed, most recent one, have like a random black samurai, to appeal to black gamers, I guess, while, you know, throwing the Asian gamers and the people who don't like race swapping under the bus. It didn't pull the old Ghost of Tsushima, just have a random woman Ronin, even though that was probably incredibly unlikely and incredibly uncommon during the period. Like, it didn't do like either of those things. It just has, you know, traditional, Samanusuke, whatever his name is, traditional Asian guy. Thank God it didn't inject any of this stupid woke nonsense into it and ruin it. Like, right off the bat, I'm more excited for this game than anything else. Look, I'm certainly more excited for this game than what was the fucking Intergalactic Heretic Prophet or whatever it was, where for fucking no reason you just have like some dyke shaving her head and then drinking a milkshake arrogantly, like deliberately designed to piss off their, you know, target audience, right? Just for stupid woke politics, just, you know, stupid shit. So they're just like taking an L on the market for fucking nothing. Meanwhile, you've got Capcom, who are making games, you know, straight for their target audience. Just the difference in sales between these two, like even initial sales, right? Even if like woke critics absolutely, you know, bash the shit out of Onimusha, it won't matter, I don't think. Like, it will still see initially greater sales than, you know, Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet. Even though Intergalactic Heretic Prophet is probably going to see a lot of, you know, dumb shit woke games journalists just, you know, sucking its dick for like no reason. And sucking its dick there was deliberate because, you know, she's shaving her head and she clearly has issues with gender. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. I would bet money that Onimusha Way of the Sword is going to outsell the fuck out of Intergalactic. I'm not sure if it's going to, you know, put the final nail in the coffin of woke, but let's be honest, woke has now collapsed, you know, mainstream media at least, CNN, MSNBC, etc. Trump sort of that, the election sort of that. It's truly collapsed it. Even the latest lawsuit from Trump, where he sued the dude who accused him of being liable for rape. It wasn't the exact charges, and it was civil court anyway, so like that's fucking weird. Civil court and regular court have different burdens of proof, where you're literally given basically the benefit of the doubt in just regular court, and whereas in civil court it's much more 50-50. It's not within a reasonable doubt sort of thing. Like, the whole idea behind the American, criminal justice system is you'll let 10 guilty people go free rather than punish one innocent person, which is basically the complete opposite of what communists do. They punish 10 innocent people to get to one, like, half-guilty person. It's just like a difference in philosophy. Civil court behaves a lot similar to, say, some sort of, like, communist prosecution, right? The lady that sued Trump, like, it was past the statute of limitations. Like, laws had to be changed in order for her to be able to do it. Like, it's got a ton of weird corrupt shit around it, a ton of weird corrupt rule changing around it. Just like, basically, the the completely fair and above board election of, 2020. Like, people hate that shit. People hate, like, changes of the rules basically on the day to allow, essentially narcissistic and pretty evil people to win shit. Like, people fucking hate that. They don't like fair. It just attacks their sense of fairness. Leftists don't really mind because they don't hold the moral foundation of fairness as much as conservatives, but yeah, it's pretty fucking bullshit. But anyway, back to Onimusha. Yeah, looks good. I'm excited for it. Has no woke shit in it, at least so far. Hopefully Sweet Baby Inc. doesn't get involved and, put a bunch of, absolutely horrible shit in it to ruin it. Hopefully, quite frankly, they just go away. Hopefully they just, eat shit, go bankrupt. I don't think they will, not yet. Not while the government and big corporations are, trying to, throw their stupid shit influence into the ring, and pervert the free market with their shit ideology. Their shit pedo, horrible, Marxist ideology that's essentially trying to destroy culture. Hopefully they just don't do it anymore. I'm pretty sure they're gonna, but yeah, they seem to be trying the heel roll with, heretic prophet intergalactic. It'll be interesting to see where it goes from there. Honestly, I don't see it doing pretty good. Like, credit to them, it is a new IP, but fucking hell, you're gonna pull the heel with fucking, Marxist pedo queer ideology, where all the, the queer theorists that have ever lived have pretty much all defended pedophilia, and like Foucault and like all the grandfathers of it. You're really gonna go that route? You're gonna be the pedophile fucking Marxist heel, are you? Alright, cool. Let me know how it plays out. I can't see it playing out pretty well. Pedophiles are generally have a lot of stigma associated with them in society. I can't imagine that's reflecting positively in the free market. But, I guess, try your hand at it. Last time I checked, most of the West was like 70% Christian, so... okay. I mean, have a go, I guess. I think you're in an echo chamber, but... yeah, maybe. But anyway, Onimusha looks fucking awesome. I'm hyped for it.
Come on. I got you covered. Ambush! Ambush! It came from that way! I got them! Shit!
Jack! Get them from the side! No! Come out!
Fuck.
We're gonna make it.
Yeah.
We'll finish you! I see them! Take her! She's empty!
Anyone see them?